Like a good story? You know what to do. Join the channel as a member, or join the Patreon, or become a Goober friend on Ko-Fi. Every option includes an extra exclusive audio every week, and lots more rewards. Support the channel and go do the thing. Now back to the audio. Hey, come here, I need you. Yes, come here, quickly. Please, I just need your opinion. Thank you. Here, look at this. What do you mean? They're wedding dresses. Isn't that obvious? Yes, I've been looking at lots of them. So which one do you think is best? I want to know what you think. You're the one that has to look at me in it and, stand next to me in pictures. So come on, choose. Which one do you like best? I'm torn between these two. Of course they're not white. This is a Tiefling wedding dress. Why would they be white? That's not remotely practical. That would show all the soot and ash. Terrible idea for a fancy dress. Plus, you know the white thing isn't required, right? You can wear any color at all to get married in. Humans only started wearing white in the 1800s because Queen Victoria did it, and everyone just copied the fashion. Before that, you just got married in whatever your nicest outfit was, no matter what color. Which makes so much more sense. I have become a veritable fountain of wedding information. It's really hard to avoid it once you get into this stuff, and I am deep in this stuff. I know, and I'm very happy just being engaged right now, but I'm getting a bit of pressure from the family to, at least dip a toe in the planning. And we don't have to set a date to start looking at dresses and cakes and things like that. We can just look. Exactly, we can get a feel for what we want. Maybe make a Pinterest board or something. Besides, I like dresses. I like being pretty. It's fun to look at the options. So here, tell me which one you think I'd look better in. Which one really screams, blushing bride who can also definitely kill you? You sure? That's the one you like? Okay, but are you really sure? Here, take another look. Look really closely. Which one is the best? Okay, good. That's what I thought. Easy mistake to make. See? I knew we were on the same page. We always are. That's why we work so well together. Exactly. Thank you for your help, sweetness. Now I have another request. Kiss me. Mwah. Perfect. All right, then, that's mostly done. I just need to go try it on at some point. At some dress store, somewhere. But there are other things to figure out before that. Definitely no rush. I'm not actually buying anything or booking anything or anything like that right now. I'm not even looking at a calendar. But it's good to have an idea of what needs doing, you know? Make a list, don't forget anything important. What if I completely forgot to book the ritual tattoo artist and we didn't get our binding tattoos on schedule? That would be a crisis, a real, actual crisis. My grandmother would probably faint, and then call me a hussy. No, she wouldn't. She loves me, but she'd probably be thinking it. The tattoos. You know. Oh, right, you don't. I keep forgetting you just don't naturally know all this stuff. Okay, so don't worry. I'll walk you through all of it. It'll be great, I promise. Yeah, so I assume we'll do 2 ceremonies, one for your side and one for mine. It's either that or bring one side or the other through a portal, and I hate that idea on a lot of levels. I mean, I'm sure my dad would love your mom, but that's neither here nor there. We can introduce them at some point, just not like that. Maybe a dinner or something, in a neutral location. I don't know, Omaha, that's pretty neutral. They can have a few drinks and, play nice, or else. But for the wedding, I feel like 2 ceremonies might be best, just to make it easier. Okay, well, I already know most of the human wedding stuff, so don't worry on that score. Are you kidding? I just said fountain of information. I have bought 18 bridal magazines. Of course, one of the perks of being engaged. And we have an account at theknot.com now, just so you know. I am very on top of things. You know me, great at planning and execution, in more ways than one. And this industry is ridiculous. Like I said, it's easy to get deep in it. So I know about 1 million human wedding elements, and I also found a new perfume that I want to try. It says it has smoky undertones. Sorry, right. Yeah, so the human stuff is easy. Show up, look good, say I do the first dance, do the tree thing. The tree thing, with the branches and the... Wait, nope, that's elves, my bad. Forget the tree thing, just the I do, and then we're done. That's easy. The tiefling stuff will be a little more complicated, at least by comparison. I mean, there are no universal tiefling wedding traditions. That would be like me asking you if there are universal human wedding traditions. It varies a lot by culture and religion and what your tribe does. My tribe has its own customs, and we follow those, with some adjustments. Well, for one thing, there will be no standing together in the cleansing flames. I don't want my shiny new spouse to be burned alive. I presume you agree with that? Good. Again, same page. You and me, we got this. We're perfect for each other. Yeah, another adjustment we might make would be to the contract. Well, my people don't really do vows. In their mind, spoken vows are like the wind. Ephemeral, you know? They can blow away as if they never existed. So they do contracts instead, written down on paper, or rather, parchment most of the time. You know, that's a good point. They do have a lot in common with lawyers. Anyway, the contracts lay out the parameters of the marriage. Expectations, pain points, negotiation methods, stuff like that. It's all there. Basically everything you'd promise in a vow, but also the more practical stuff. Yeah, it's fine, we can do that. There are just two issues. One is how to determine what the consequences are for breaking the contract. Well, if we were among my people and one of us broke the contract, the other could exact punishment in one of a variety of ways. Most of them painful, but all of them humiliating. Because that's kind of the point. Like, how dare you break the sacred bond, you know? It's in writing. Right. I don't think we need to do that, though. I don't think either of us will break the contract. But even if it comes to that, I think we can be amicable. I don't think we need any sort of public ritual shaming for the contract breaker. Do you? Exactly. If you ask me, it's all a bit archaic. Just go your separate ways like adults. Shake hands, be cordial. No, not really. I'm trying to be civilized, but in the moment, I'd probably burn the face off anyone who broke a contract with me. It's just kind of who I am, even when I try to be something else. Oh, you think my hellish rebuke is bad? You haven't seen anything yet. No, I won't, I promise. Not that we need to worry about it, but if it makes you feel better, I'll put it in the contract. No face burning. Or burning of anything else, okay? Okay, the other thing about the contracts is they're usually signed in blood. The blood of the happy couple. How else can you be sure you're really serious? Like really, really serious. Blood is serious. There's a whole thing about taking the blood and consecrating it and putting it in the quill pen. You get to choose your own quill pen. Some people get really fancy ones for their weddings, like shiny stones and gold and tiny enchantments so they glow. The pens? They sort of become heirlooms in your house after that. You put them on display for people to see. I mean, you can't really use a pen again once it has blood in it. That's kind of gross. Yeah, I think we can make an exception to the blood signing thing. Plus, your blood doesn't make great ink. It clots too fast. Maybe we could substitute red dye or something. I'm absolutely here for the compromises, sweetness. This is a multicultural wedding. We need to be flexible. Not everything can be the way my people do things, and vice versa. You mean with your traditions? Like, what would I want to avoid? Well, I mean, I don't think I'll be throwing the bouquet. Because that's too much pressure. Who am I to be the one to cast that spell? I haven't studied any matchmaker magics. What if the wrong person catches it? It's a lot to put on someone who just got married. I have things of my own to focus on without worrying that I'll bless or curse someone with a magic bouquet of bridal determination. You say it's all in good fun, but I just feel like an accidental oracle in a pretty dress. We can talk about it. But really, there's no need to follow any rules except the ones we want. This is our marriage. You and me, a complete package. Whatever we like should be part of it. We don't need to please our families or our cultures or anyone but ourselves, right? Right, I'm really glad you agree, because I plan to have so much cake. Like, ridiculous amounts of cake. I hope everyone likes cake, because that's most of the food for this wedding. Cake and possibly an open bar. Depends on whether your uncle agrees to pace himself. Good. I love you so much, sweetness. Mwah. This'll be great. Once we set a date and get around to making plans, we can make it uniquely ours. We could even invent some new traditions just for ourselves, and then pass them down to our own kids. What if we did a ceremonial roasting of marshmallows? And then I could stand in the fire to do it. That could be fun. We'll see. It doesn't really matter as long as I'm marrying you. Of course. I know I have my preferences and I can be a bit much if I don't get my way, but in the end, what I really want is for us to be together. Safe and happy and just together. The wedding is great, but the marriage is the important thing. As long as all the pomp and circumstance ends with that, I'm great. Well, yes, I do need that one dress, but beyond that, I'm great. I love you too. Now let me put these away so we can go get some dinner. Any chance you're in the mood for cake? This audio is brought to you by Sweetness patron Turtle Tanker and the patrons and channel members who make it possible. If you enjoy the content that I write, record, and produce, help me keep doing it by clicking subscribe, leaving a comment, listening to more audios to appease the algorithm, or joining my awesome community. I'm not kidding, it's a great place. Come join my domain, and thank you for helping me tell the stories that you like to hear.